Zuniga, take one, marker.
My name is Andres Zuniga, and I am from Mexico. I think the first ballet performance that really made an impression on me was the Suzanne Farrow Ballet. I went to Washington, D.C., and I saw them perform Allegro Brilliant, Movements for Piano and Orchestra, Monumentum Pro Gesualdo, and Balanchine Swan Lake. And I had never seen Balanchine before, and to me, it was a whole new world that opened up. And a bonus was that Suzanne was citing books during intermission, and it was kind of crazy to then be on stage with her celebrating the 75th anniversary. It was a full circle moment for me. One of the funniest things that's ever happened on stage for me was during a performance of George Balanchine's The Nutcracker. I was playing the soldier doll, and you come out of the box, and the first step you do is you kind of wind up and then you kick your leg. And I really wanted my leg to look high, so I kicked my leg, and then my other leg slipped and came out from under me, and I landed just on my butt, center stage. No one else was dancing. At first I was mortified, but I remember Ashley Hod was the hostess that show, and she was like this, trying to make sure that I was okay. And to make matters worse, when I fell, my hat also tipped a little bit, so then I did the entire dance with my hat sideways, and it somehow stayed on until the very end. So there, I end like this, and my hat was sideways, and I was just like, okay, well, this is what happened. The thing that most surprised me when I joined New York City Ballet was how calm people can be backstage. I thought everyone would be backstage, like warming up and in the zone and pretty quiet, but especially when you've done a ballet multiple times that season, people can be so relaxed. But I remember my first show, everyone was like laughing and cracking jokes. I was a little confused. I was like, we have a show to do. Like, why aren't we preparing? But now that I'm older and I know better, it's way more productive to be relaxed and calm and trust your work. So if you're ever wondering what we're doing behind the curtain, we're laughing and hopefully having a good time before we have to perform. I don't have a pre-show ritual. I think performing is anxiety-inducing enough. When I first got in, I used to think that I needed to eat the same thing before every show or wear a certain item of clothing. And as I've gotten older, I've realized that maybe my ritual is having no ritual. And I've just kind of realized that I work better if I just do whatever it is that I need that day. Superstitions are not gonna give you a good show. Your own work is what's gonna give you a good show. I don't have any pet peeves per se, but I do get a little frustrated when people walk slow on the sidewalk. We live in New York City. It's a very fast-paced city. I am someone who packs their day with stuff to do, and I'm trying to get to that place quick. But it's, if you're like an elderly person or someone who can actually not go fast, that's fine. But, if you're like 6'4" and you're just strolling down the street, like maybe move to the side a little bit. I don't know if I've earned the title of New Yorker, but I've definitely paid my dues. I've had the small apartment where a roach or two have appeared. I have hailed a cab in the rain. Pretty soon New York will be the place that I've lived in for most of my life. So I would like to think that I'm a New Yorker, but I don't think that's my decision to make. I think the city has to accept me. If I weren't a dancer, both my parents are in the medical field, and I see how both of them really enjoy helping people. And I've always loved that aspect of their profession. So I always thought before ballet that I would go to medical school and be some sort of doctor. So I'm hoping that after ballet, I get to go into something that I can give back. I've been so lucky in my life, and I've gotten so much, and I want to help people, ultimately. I would say, earnestly and honestly, my little sister is my hero. She has always kind of lived life based on her own rules, and I can sometimes be at fault for caring too much about what people think, and she is the opposite. I'm part of the LGBTQ plus community, and so is she. And I remember she came out before me, and she just had this willingness to be exactly who she is, regardless of what other people thought. The day she came out, right after, I was like, this is my chance. So then I was like, yeah, me too. And it's funny because I'm the older brother, I should be teaching her how to live and how to be, but she's taught me way more than I think I've ever taught her.